All right, got a small fire started. About that time for me to sit back and relax. Must be colder than I realized. Got a pretty little fire started. My CRF in the background. And I'm about to sit on that chair and have a cold beer and just relax. I love this chair. Yeah. See what I have in the cooler. Oh, would you look at that? I have something in the cooler. First ice cold drink of the night. Here's the Moto Camping. A peace and quiet. Yeah, this ain't so bad at all. I think I might do this again, guys. Cheers. Life is good. I will see you in a few, guys. Yeah. So if I was here a little earlier, I would have got some more wood. I'm really enjoying the fire. And put this over here. Safe. I'm also enjoying talking to you guys. That's pretty cool, this little light on here. It ain't much. I'm pretty sure the GoPro's picking this up fine. You know, for the close stuff, you know. See all this stuff here. Still on my first drink. And, you know, I believe in humanity to some extent. Not completely. I believe in the American dream. So, honestly though, what is the American dream? The dream is simply this: a place where you can live free, where you can dream big, where you can raise your family the way you want to raise them, where you can have the religion of your choice or no religion at all, where you can, oh man, just like expand and grow without some giant regulatory body, you know, looming over you, telling you what to do all the time. That was the American dream. That American dream is changing. See, we've gone from a place where, you know, do what you want, and as long as you don't hurt me, it's okay, to, no, you can't say that or do that, and if you do that or say that, we're going to come get you. We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down. We're going to protest you. We're going to get all upset. I mean, we can't live in a country like that, guys. You know, one side of the spectrum argues for tolerance all the time, and I think that's awesome. I mean, who doesn't want tolerance, right? I mean, I want people to tolerate my quirks and my behaviors and the things I like to do, you know, dual sporting, hanging out in the woods here and having a little fire and bothering nobody, by the way, and doing a little, you know, a little vlogging and a little fishing, a little boating, a little bowling, a little running, a little working out, some video games. I like to do that too, to grow a business, to have a good time doing these things. I think that's great. I mean, that's the American dream. You know, some people have conflated the American dream with success. And yes, that is part of the American dream, being successful. We all want to be successful. It's not about having a fancy car and a nice house. It's about being left alone to do it your way. To do it your way. Does that make sense? That's the American dream. Freedom of speech and the press. Freedom of religion and the right to keep and bear arms. Why keep and bear arms? So we can defend ourselves. So when things go wrong, or the bad guys come kicking the door in, you can protect your 3-year-old child, your wife, your husband, or yourself. The right to a fair trial by a jury of your peers. States' rights. States' rights are so important. When people get so upset with states' rights, I don't get that. Why? Why do they get upset with that? You know why? Because there's a bunch of control freaks that are running around out there. Armchair nannies that want to take everybody's damn steering wheel and control everything they do in their lives to fit their agenda, their belief system. When I was growing up, there was this image you'd see on TV, movies, you know, all the alike. And it was always of this like kind of conservative armchair nanny or preachy grandma or stiff-nosed preacher type dude that's wagging his finger at everybody and trying to control them and tell them what they can and can't do. And I grew up with this image in my mind, and it was like, wow, that sucks. Those people suck. Who wants to be like them? And I don't want anyone to be like that, by the way. That's not the way to be. So they have this picture of like one type of people that are like that, but it turns out the people that were fighting against that have become that. They've become that. They've gone from fighting for freedom and equality to fighting for no, it's our way or the highway. You can't say that or do that. Man, can you imagine if it was like that for them 10 years ago or 20 years ago? You can't say that or do that, they wouldn't be where they are now. We have the tech giants shutting down free speech everywhere because it doesn't agree with the consensus, or the popular belief systems. We can't have a country like that. We're doomed. Do you really want a handful of people in Silicon Valley or in Washington or in Munich or some other capital in the world deciding how you live your life at home, to what you can say online, to whom you can associate with? I don't. That's not the American dream. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is except for people to say enough of this. It's enough of this. I watched a little video today of somebody going to some rally, some demonstration rather. And they're out there talking and they're asking people questions. And apparently the reporter was potentially conservative. I'm not even sure he was. The questions were just, what are you doing? What's up with this, drive for whatever. I'm not even going to say what it is because I'm not trying to get into specific politics. And this radical comes over and starts accusing him of being a Nazi and a right-winger. And he followed him all over the place. He would not allow him to do interviews. And a couple of people that were on his side, even one person that was a part of his organization, I don't know what it was called, I've never heard of it before, part of his organization was furious with him and trying to say, why can't I just have this interview with him? And he's like, would you go on Fox News? Would you go here? Would you go there? This is the guy that was trying to interfere, the interloper, the guy that was trying to shut down this free exchange of ideas and this discussion. And the guy, he was a liberal. He's on the left. The guy just simply wanted to talk with the reporter, to say his mind and his side, which is classical liberalism. Liberalism is often misunderstood. A true liberal is for freedom. A true liberal should be for freedom of speech, of the press, and the right to association and things like that. That's kind of seemed to change these days. It seems to be not. But this guy he was interviewing wanted that. He was mad at this guy interfering, but this guy interfering would not let the interview take place. No chance in hell he was going to allow that. Kept saying, no, he's going to twist your words. He just kept pounding on this. Then he followed this reporter around to about 5 or 10, I don't know, more like 10 or 15 different people, and kept interfering and shutting down their speech and warning them not to talk to him. I mean, where's your tolerance? Where's your tolerance? You gotta have some tolerance, people. We don't want the American dream to die. And if you say that it's good the way it is, and that's a good thing he did because we don't want someone saying something that we disagree with, and we don't want them to get away with saying something we disagree with, I think you're wrong. Because someday the tide's going to turn. Whatever your belief, whatever your side is, someday your tide is going to turn. And you're going to be on the other side of it. And somebody else is going to be in power, controlling all the levers.
We shall not always expect to find them supporting our view, but we shall always hope to find them strongly supporting their own freedom. Only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. The belief that the rights of man come not from the generosity of the state, but from the hand of God. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.